Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah from Hannah's Gizmos, and today I'm going to show you how to make some more stress balls. I love these stress balls. They are so fun to play with. People love them. They're cute, unique little make, and they do really good at craft shows and markets. If you're doing that, I sell out of these almost every time. All you need is some yarn, the stress balls I get on Amazon. I'll link them in the description below. The ones that I get come in a giant pack of like 60 of them, so if you're not looking to make them in bulk, the stress balls are just 1.5, I think, or 1.25 inches in diameter. I'm sure you could find something else out there. There's no stuffing required. They're made so that the stress ball just fits snugly in there. I use buttons for eyes. You can use felt or embroider eyes or whatever else you choose. However, I will warn you, I would not use a safety eye. The backs of the safety eyes poke and pop the stress balls. Since I've been using buttons, I haven't had any problems with the balls bursting. So for the longevity of the toys, I would recommend not using safety eyes. All right, let's get started.
For the first round, we're going to chain 2 and then do 6 single crochets in the second loop from the hook. Or if you prefer a magic ring, you can do a magic ring with 6 single crochets in it. Next, we're going to increase 6 times around, so you should end this round with 12 stitches. Now we're going to do a single crochet, then an increase, and repeat this 6 times, leaving us with 18 stitches at the end. Now we're just going to single crochet in all 18 stitches around. In this round, we're going to start adding the arms. So we're going to do a bobble stitch. I like to do 4 double crochets in my bobble stitches, but you can adjust as you see fit for what you like or what yarn you use. Then we're going to do 7 single crochets, followed by another bobble stitch to add the second arm, and then 9 more single crochets to end the round, and you should still have 18 stitches at the end of the round. Now it's time to add the mouth. So we're going to do 4 single crochets, then chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and then single crochet 12. So the 2 stitches that you're skipping is going to form the mouth. So depending on your tension and what yarn you're using, you might have to adjust how many single crochets you do before you do the chain and then the skip to make sure that your mouth is centered between the arms. Now we're going to do 18 single crochets around. To do this, you're going to single crochet 4, then you should be at the hole where the mouth was formed from where we skipped the stitches. You're going to put your hook through the mouth and do 2 single crochets into the mouth hole, and then continue around with 12 more single crochets. Here we're going to add the feet. So the bobble stitches that we do this round are going to be in dark pink. So you're going to want to grab your dark pink yarn, and we're going to do 1 decrease, then switch over to the dark pink yarn, switch back to light pink and do 2 decreases, then switch back to dark pink and do another bobble. Then we're going to finish in light pink by doing 2 single crochets, a decrease, and then a single crochet decrease repeated 2 times. So the only thing in dark pink here should be the 2 bobble stitches. You can color change where you like. I like to color change in the last pull through of the stitch ahead. So you might see I am doing the decrease, but instead of pulling through with the light pink yarn, that's when I added the dark pink yarn in. After this, I like to cut the dark pink yarn and tie it off to get it out of the way. You're going to want to make sure it's tight. If it's too loose and there's a gap in there, then the yarn can migrate up to the mouth as you're squeezing the stress ball, and your yarn might start coming out of the mouth. So try and cut your ends as short as you can, and tie your knot pretty tight. Now we're going to add the eyes. I would recommend not using safety eyes because the backs of the safety eyes poke the stress balls and will pop them. So if you want your stress ball to last, I would choose a different way of using the eyes. I like to use buttons, but you can also use felt eyes or you can embroider eyes on, whichever you prefer. If you're going to use buttons, I grab a needle threader and some crochet thread. I like to add the eyes, run one round above the mouth, about 1 or 2 stitches away from the arms, depending on the tension. You can kind of move them around and see what looks best for you. Now we can add the stress ball. I get these stress balls off of Amazon. I will link them below in the description. I like these ones. I've never had one pop on me, so I keep using these. They come in multiple different colors. I like the rainbow ones for Kirby. I feel like it looks cute. You're going to stuff it in there. It's probably going to be very tight, so you kind of just have to shove it in there, but that's what we like. Otherwise, if the body's too loose, it kind of sags around the stress ball. If your yarn or stress ball is different sizes, you might have some extra space, so I would just shove some polyfill in the back to help tighten it up so you have a nice ball. Now for the last round, we're just going to do 6 decreases around. This will be the final round that we do. After that, you can finish off and then sew the hole on the bottom closed. you're just going to want to pull that tail into the back of him to hide it. I like to make sure that I pull it on the back side, because if you put it in the front side, then it can migrate to the mouth and it'll come out. And then I can trim it if it's too long.
Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to leave me a comment below. If you liked this video and you want more, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will keep putting out some more videos. I have a couple more stress balls patterns I can put out, and I will see you next time.